Is Blurple going to be the post-rotation king? What's up guys, Zero here, welcome back to another Lorcana video, and we are getting the last trickles of what is going to be surviving the rotation, as well as new cards we're getting for next set. And of course I'm super excited. I've been kind of excited to see what a post-rotation meta is going to be like, so I've already dove in with a couple of my friends and we've been playtesting the new set, seeing what decks might be emerging from the woodwork and what might be surviving, what might be improving. And it is my opinion that Blurple is going to be like tier 1, maybe like tier 0 even. Maybe tier 0 is too much, but I do think it's going to be pretty strong. We are not losing that much. We are keeping a lot of the good stuff we already had, and we have replacements for a lot of what is leaving. But yeah, let us just dive into the deck, see what I have cooking right now. And immediately I will have to apologize because I've made my first mistake already for the post-rotation meta. Just so you guys know, Peter Pan Shadow Finder is not coming back. I made a mistake. I thought I saw that it was, but what is actually coming back is Peter Pan Shadow, and I think I just got my wires mixed up, thought that the Shadow Finder is coming back. So you're going to be seeing it in this game. I don't think he made too much of a difference. Just pretend whenever you see him that it's the Shadow instead, the Peter Pan Shadow instead, and I don't think there's much difference, at least in this game. You will see him in I think the next video and maybe the video after that, but I should have it remedied by then. And my opponent in this game also has the Shadow Finder, but yeah, I don't think it made too much of a difference, so not too much to worry about. But let's look at kind of what is the difference from this Blurple and last set's Blurple, the Reign of Jafar's Blurple that we had. So, of course, first we are losing Popsicle. This is going to be a big loss to a lot of item decks and decks that rely on it, but I don't think Blurple will miss it too much, honestly. Of course, Popsicle and the Bell and the Friends on the other side was a supreme combo. It got you ahead in a lot of matchups, obviously, but I always actually never really liked it, mainly because if you're in mirror matchups and such, the person who gets it seems to be a lot further ahead than the person that doesn't. So I've never really liked, since it's a little like extra layer of luck. So we're going to be reverting back to standard 1-drops. We're not playing with the Bell, the Popsicle anymore. Even if we got Popsicle back, since we're not getting Friends on the other side back, I don't think we would have kept it anyway. So yeah, we're losing Friends, we're losing Popsicle, so let's go back to 1-drops. In my first build, I'm gonna put the Diablos back. We are keeping the Diablos for post-rotation, and it's probably going to be one of the stronger Amethyst cards that's going to be in the game as of now, at least as 1-drops, because we are losing followers and we are losing the magic brooms, the 1-cost brooms. So yeah, let's keep the Diablos, and to shore up 1-drops, I just have 2 of the Royal Guard just to test out. This is the new card, I believe, in this set, where when you draw a card, he gains Challenger +1. It is kind of nice. He just starts as a 2 with a Challenger +1 on your turn, just because you draw a card on your turn. Obviously, if you play the Genie, you get another draw. If you play Friends on the, or sorry, not Friends, Finders Keepers, then he jumps all the way to Challenger +4, so he will hit for 5. Kind of powerful card. It could be good. You might want to be running more 1-drops, but I think in this initial build, I just wanted to test out a lot of things. So I cut some to make space, but as we are seeing, a more aggressive meta might be developing, at least right now. And if that does happen, we definitely want more 1-drops, especially with Diablo. He doesn't exert much pressure in the beginning. So yeah, that's something to think about. Of course, yeah, Peter Pan we are not going to be playing with. Temporary replacement will have the Shadow, but I think we'll be finding other cards to take that spot soon, as I don't think the Shadow will be doing as much work since we are losing Madam Mim Fox. I think a lot of people thought it might be coming back, but it is not. So the Shadow also loses a lot of power, but still a good combo with Monstro if we do run it. Though my current build as of right now doesn't have it, but I do kind of miss it. The reason I took him out for now is we are lacking card draw a little bit more than previous sets, so being able to fuel it might be a bit more difficult. But moving on to new cards we're seeing, it's not going to be new this upcoming set, but it's going to be new as in we haven't been using it because we had a better option. But we have Yelana, who's going to be our Crab replacement. Since we are losing Merlin Crab, she's going to be our Challenger +2 giver. It's not nearly as strong as Merlin Crab. She does quest for more, so she can put more pressure that way, but not being able to bounce and just like get really big beat stick anymore is going to be a bit of a loss for Blurple, but I think that's really the only thing we're going to be losing, so it's not the worst thing. And she's a pretty good replacement. And then an actual new card we are going to be getting, we have Dumbo coming, and he is so much fun. I love this card so much. It seems to be, I mean, I think a lot of people would agree that it looks like it's going to be a really good card. So yeah, it's just great. 3/3 lore for 1, but his ability is if you exert him and pay 1, you get to draw a card and gain a lore, which is super strong in this where we have just lost a lot of card draw. Not only that, all your evasives get that ability too, so your Iago, your Genie, anything else you want to be playing. So super strong ability. I love that. Everything else is staying kind of the same. I am testing out the new Ursula. She's a 5 cost and she makes your opponent sing songs for you. We only run 6 songs as of right now with the Into the Unknown and All Is Found, but I do want to test this out because I have been wanting effects that force exert your opponents, because it's something that Blurple kind of needs to get going, especially with the lack of removal that we normally have. But yeah, another thing I want to be testing is the Baymax, the Armored Companion. I really do enjoy this card, but in a meta with Big Sisu, it was really hard to get him going and sticking on the field. I'm kind of hoping that he will be he'll get to stay on the board more often now with that card going away and B prep going away. There's a chance that he sticks. There might be a chance that he gets more value out, so I want to see if this is true, so I am testing him in the initial Blurple build. And another card I am bringing back is Robin Hood, who is being reprinted as well this set from set 1. I was a big proponent of this card the set that Genie came out, where we entered a kind of a Genie Wars era where everyone was playing Genie. I played him in my Blurple build and I actually won a tournament with him, so I vouch for this card. I think it's really strong, and I think we're going to be entering some sort of meta like that again with Dumbo coming out. He just seems like a really strong card. I think all Amethyst decks will probably want to run 4 of him, so he's going to be able to keep them in check. Not only that, he combos well with Dumbo too, because he gains evasive on your turn, so he will qualify for Dumbo's effect, and you can exert him to draw 1 and gain a lore. Of course, I have my 3 Hades and 1 Elsa base again. I do also have 1 of Mufasa, the 8-drop. Again, I'm trying to hope for these cards that were easily removed before. They might have a better chance of sticking around, so I want to see if I can get some value out of him. So I'm going to be testing Mufasa as well. We're keeping the Hypnotic Strengths. I think Parrots are going to be a little obnoxious this set, so Hypnotic Strengths are going to be staying. Of course, we have Sails. Everyone's got a weakness. Served me well in the set championships, so I do want to keep trying this card. And of course, 4 Into the Unknowns. I've been kind of a naysayer of this card in the last set, but I think the reasoning of that is that it wasn't that great, and we had like Friends on the other side. We had Let It Go, which I think were better song options, but with those gone, I just wanted something as a replacement, and Into the Unknown has felt really good. I think I don't know if it's the shift in meta or if it was maybe always kind of this good, but it's felt pretty good. I do like 4 of it, and I do have 2 of All Is Found, and this is just kind of my like draw replacement. It will ink 2 cards for you, so you can kind of treat it like 2 cards you didn't have to ink. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, especially with the Ursula that I'm testing right now. I think I just needed more songs to kind of warrant playing her. Of course, this is just the first build. This is my first thoughts on Blurple, and this will definitely change in the next week even, but definitely in the coming weeks to come for this set. But yeah, this is what I got. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, and I will see you there. Alright, gameplay! Did you guys miss this? It's been a little bit, but we are going straight into set 9 post-rotation gameplay, which is super exciting. Be on the lookout, we will have a lot more coming very soon. But yeah, first game of set 9 post-rotation, we are going to be playing against Emerald Amethyst. And you might see some weird cards. We are obviously testing a lot of stuff to see what will be good for this set. But yeah, you'll see the Peter Pans in this game, but they are definitely not coming back. It's just a mistake we've done on both sides, so we will remedy that very soon. But yeah, I hope you don't mind for this video, and maybe the next couple you will be seeing it. But yeah, first off, we start with a Diablo, and our opponent is going to, of course, respond with a Diablo of her own, and on turn 2 they get Diablo and Merfolk. This is going to be a test to see if we can kind of keep up with some aggressive tendencies of this deck. I think Amber Steel is showing its fangs as also being a very aggressive deck, so the question is going to be if we can outpace these decks, and if we can, then that's going to be a good sign for the future. But yeah, turn 3, we get our Genie. Genie on 3, of course, is our idea, what we always want to get through. And our opponent will be getting Tinkerbell on their turn 3. On the next turn, we're going up to 5 ink. We get Elsa. I debate challenging the Tinkerbell since we have Elsa and Genie, but instead I really want to get this Merfolk out of the way. Both of them quest for 2 anyway, so we have to deal with them either way. I discard the Genie. It's the only uninkable card in my hand, and also I think I had a curve going for the rest of my cards that I had a plan for, so I decided to keep everything else instead. But yeah, my opponent's going to quest out. They're going to get their Genie out. I get my Elsa, my second Elsa from my hand. And since they did play a Genie, we get to exert it, and our Elsas will challenge it and start to try to get control of the board. Our opponent is at 9 lore, but we are not very far behind. Our Diablo's been questing every turn and still has our Genie since we haven't been using it to challenge. So we are actually at 8 as well, which kind of helps and makes me think that we're not too far behind. Our opponent will be playing Elsa, and to take out an Elsa, they need to challenge with the Tinkerbell along with the new Elsa, which I'm not too mad about. They go up to 11 lore, but we get to play Yelena now. Gives our challenger 2 to Elsa so we can finish their Elsa. And then my Genie is finally going to get some challenging done. We're going to take care of that Tinkerbell since it was already hurt from the initial challenge. And Diablos, this game looked like they're just free to quest. Nobody wants to deal with them. It gives our opponent extra cards, and yeah, it's just we don't have the opportunity to challenge it as of yet. But yeah, our opponent is going to be playing Louis this turn. Very, very good Emerald card. I think this is going to be interesting this coming set for sure. But I'm giving my Genie Reckless, so I won't be able to quest. Since the Diablos are questing though, we go ahead and finally challenge one of them since we have to anyway, and we don't really want to go into Louis since he just kind of takes our Genie for free. And since we're doing this, I'm just going to ignore the Louis. I'm going to take out the other Diablo. And I made a little mistake there. I decided to take it out with my new Elsa that just came in instead of the other one so that I can quest with it. Louis is going to take out our Yelena on our opponent's turn because it's a very clean trade. They get Iago in the field, but we kind of already have a pretty good board. We're tied at 13 lore apiece, so I can kind of just go ahead here. I did top deck a Dumbo. We get to see first usage here. I'm going to exert my Elsa, pay 1, and do the same for my other. So I gain 2 lore there, draw 2 cards, and I can quest out everything else. And my board is kind of a little too wide for Emerald Amethyst. That didn't get out of hand too early for us, so we will be taking this game luckily enough. Moving into game 2, we will be on the draw this time around, so we will see if that changes anything. Our opponent will be starting with Diablo as always. Very good starting play. We don't end up having our Diablo. We do have a Royal Guard though, which is nice, as at least we're getting our 1-drop. And our opponent will be playing Gogo on her turn 2 to follow. And for our turn 2, we do find our sail, so we can ramp, which is always good, at least if you're Blurple too for sure. And I'm going to be inking my Into the Unknown just in case then Ursula is coming down. And since Diablo went ahead for the quest, we will challenge it. We'll just take it, just, you know, get rid of it early. And our opponent, seeing that we went ahead and inked our song, decides to ink her Ursula, go down with Louis. to make our Royal Guard have to challenge. I don't have a 4-drop besides Dumbo. I don't think you kind of want to play Dumbo early unless you have to, so in this case I kind of had to. And the good news is that Louis is already down. We did have to take an inoptimal trade there for our Royal Guard since it was reckless. We had to challenge into the Louis and just lose it, but at least our Dumbo gets to stay on the field. Our opponent though on her turn 4 is also going to get Dumbo onto the field. It's going to be a Dumbo face-off. We'll see who manages to take it from here, but our opponent has a pretty good board. Nothing too out of control though. I'm going to go ahead and use Dumbo's ability on himself, where he will pay 1 and I get to draw 1 and gain a lore, and kind of like assess my choices here. I do find Iago, and I think Emerald Amethyst has a lot of issues dealing with Iago, so it's usually a safe play to put onto the board. My opponent is going to be playing the 2-cost Dumbo, which is like a mini Tinkerbell, set 1 Tinkerbell, where it gives something evasive. So Louis gets evasive to take out my Dumbo, which kind of hurts a little bit. And she will be using Dumbo's ability on Go-Go. But good for us that we have an Elsa in hand. We're going to go ahead and exert their Dumbo before it gets out of hand. Our Iago will take it out in a trade, and since the Go-Go is already exerted, our Elsa will also take it out. And I think the board has swung a little bit in our favor, which is a little nice. Here's the illegal Peter Pan. I think I also had one at one point, but it's not too big a deal here. She will be using it to take out our Iago, but as you can see, if it was just a Peter Pan shadow, I think the same thing would have happened, so not the biggest deal there. There's my Peter Pan that I am also illegally playing. If anything, it's a detriment here since I don't have any real evasives that I'm going to be rushing, and a quest for 1 less than the shadow, so you could say I've shackled myself instead. But yeah, my opponent is going to play the Ursula, check my hand, and play the Tinkerbell, and I just want to tempo out here, so I go down with my Hades onto the field, just using it on the Tinkerbell that we just saw. And my opponent will be playing this Genie, which is an interesting choice we might be seeing as an option for card draw if we are suffering in that case. It's definitely a choice, but we are just going to quest out here. We drew an Elsa 8, which is amazing in this matchup. I might be considering adding more Elsas because it's a very good card this coming set. But yeah, no answers. We get to get this game. Blurple's looking good. I'm excited for the future. I want to see how this deck does. I'm really excited to see how these new decks that are emerging are going to do. I'm definitely going to be testing them in this upcoming weeks. Definitely keep your eyes peeled on this channel. We are finally going to be getting some more gameplay on here. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have stuck around, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Ciao.